All right, part two. Part two. So, respectable mid-tier versus bullshit mid-tier. And this basically has to do with the history of the watch. Okay? Now, to be honest, I don't really know much of the history of Seiko, but, Seiko's been around a long time, and, I'm sure they have a series of firsts. It's one of those watches that they've been around and have such a good reputation, I think you can sort of assume that they have a respectable history. But the flip side of that would be sort of a fake history, or sort of a very evasive history. All right, and in part one of this two-part series, I talked about Squale, and so let's continue on with Squale. Well, when you read about Squale, they bring up things like accomplishments, and you see, and this is a quote. This is a quote from a site, Spruik Squale, the Squale site itself. The first sporting successes, such as the world diving title won in Cuba in '68, were linked to the names of products that had become as legendary as the medium. Master 50 ATM. Okay. What does that mean? What does that mean? Okay, well, you Google world diving title, Cuba 1968, and you get about 5 sites, Spruik and Squale. Surprise. Okay. After that, it's nothing. It's things related to Cuba Gooding Jr. or Cuba or diving, but nothing related to this. You can't find anything about what this world diving title won in Cuba in '68 is. Okay. Now, again, listen to this. The first sporting successes, such as the world diving title won in Cuba in '68, were linked to the names of products that had become legendary as the medium. So what does that mean? Does that mean, okay, there was this world diving title in Cuba, and the names of the products were linked to success in some way? I don't know. It's evasive on purpose, because I don't think they're really expecting you to do what I'm doing and think about it. You see this, and you see Cuba diving 1968, and you think, okay, dive watch, wow, used in competitions, that's serious. And 68, old, wow, rich history. And Cuba, wow, it's it conjures images of surf and sea and beach and diving and whatnot, hot country. And it sort of, if you were to read this on a very surface level, it would sort of introduce ideas in your head that I'm sure Squale would like you to have. Diving, like I said, diving and the the 60s and that kind of thing. And so, but again, what is it? What is it? It doesn't. If somebody knows what the world diving title won in Cuba in '68 was, and in what way it relates to Squale, I'd love for somebody to inform me. But I just think I think it's kind of I think it's marketing speak. Okay, and again, it's saying that whatever this event was, that the successes were linked to the names of the products. Legendary is part of this medium. I don't know. Does that mean that there was a watch worn by someone in Cuba in '68 who did something, and in that watch was like one Squale part or something? Or I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking a little bit too much about it, probably, but I think that sounds like bullshit to me. And you read that and you do your research, and you don't get any good answers, and that's a sign of a bullshit company with sort of a fake history. So take it for what it's worth. Hey, if you know what the world diving title Cuba 68 is, man, let me know. Let me know. And what the hell did Squale have to do with it? That's what I want to know too. They could be a little clearer. I mean, if it's something that they really a significant accomplishment, please tell us. Don't keep me guessing. Don't keep me trying to figure it out. Tell me, convince me, unless it's nothing you can really convince me of, because it's nothing. All right, be careful of those bullshit histories, right, and those bullshit watches.